Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm going to do a part 2 here of my Gruul deck tech, and I've got everything laid out from my previous video. Basically pulled apart a intro deck, the, let's see here, Gruul Siege, which has a lot of large creatures, a little bit of direct damage, and some mana fixing, among other things. So I broke it down into red and green creatures, gold creatures, red, green, gold, spells, artifacts, and mana base. And then the hybrid and split cards. So what I'm going to do now is open up the pack, guild pack here. This is happens to be Golgari Gruul. We're just going to take a quick look through the Golgari side to make sure there's nothing we can't use in here, and then go ahead and open up the Gruul one, which we know we can use, and then the 4 booster packs before I segue into selecting the cards for the deck here that we're going to build. And the point here is that you can, walk into your LGS, spend $30 at the most, and have yourself a playable Friday Night Magic deck, which is, kind of the point here. You don't want to go and hunt down cards on TCG Player or any other website for that matter. Finding, the exact build-up that someone else is using, tweaking it. This allows you to kind of jump right in and do it yourself, and do it with cardboard opposed to theoretical or academic terms that you'd be using if you were to do it all on the computer. So, Golgari Guildgate, these are all going to be green and black cards. So we just want to look at the green ones. The rare here was an Abrupt Decay, Rogue's Passage, Quarters Guild Mage, Giant Growth. This is actually probably playable here, so we're going to put this in our green spell pile. Trestle Troll, not playable here. Stonefair Crocodile, pardon me. Axebane Stags, it's 6/7, it's a large creature. It might fit in kind of with the theme here, so I'm going to put that with the green creatures. Destroy the Evidence, and more Doors of Monitor, or Monitor, Drainpipe Vermin. So not a lot here that we can use, just the Giant Growth and the Axebane Stag. But these are very nice, isn't that? I think someone's probably gotten enough of these together to make them the backers in a clear card sleeve. So that's the Golgari pack. And right, the Gruul. So we didn't get a mythic in there or anything. Gruul Guildgate. We have 4 in the pre-built pack already, so we're not going to be putting an extra. We're going to put a 5th one in there. Signal the Clans. This is a 2-drop instant where you search your library for 3 creature cards and reveal them. If you reveal all 3 cards with different names, choose one of them at random and put the card into your hand. Shuffle the rest into your library. So what you want to do is, reveal those cards and put one in your hand. So you've got to basically reveal all of them, otherwise the card is completely pointless. But we're going to have creature-laden deck here, so this is probably not a bad idea to think about putting that in. Miming Slime, which is a 3-drop, put an XX green ooze creature token in the battlefield where X is the greatest power among the creatures you control. Usable. Ghor-Clan Rampager is a 4/4/4, Trample Blood Rush. I think that one's going to be in. That's in the wrong pile. Rust Scarab, 4/5/5. Whenever Rust Scarab becomes blocked, you may destroy target artifact, enchantment, or enchantment defending player controls. That's kind of cool. Forces them to block. Skinbrand Goblin, 2/1 for 2, Blood Rush. These are all Gatecrash cards, by the way. The previous ones were all Return to Ravnica. Because of the guild alignment. Forced Adaptation is a enchantment, creature enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature, all for the low cost of 1. So I like that. Zhur-Taa Swine, there's actually one of these in the pre-built deck, so we're potentially going to put that in. It's a 5/4/4. Burst of Strength, +1/+1 counter on target creature and untap it. Instant, so that's nice. Scorchwalker. It's a 5/1/4 with Blood Rush. Ruination Wurm, Big Ol' Worm, Structural Collapse. Target player sacrifices an artifact and a land. Structural Collapse deals 2 damage to that player. But look at that. It's a 6 casting cost, so that's kind of high. But we'll put it in the possibles. Verdant Haven. Enchantment. When Verdant Haven enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life for 2 generic, 1 green. And whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds 1 mana of any color to his or her mana pool. So, nice. And great now that we don't have to deal with mana burn. That was probably over 5 years ago, though, huh? Prophetic Prism is a Gatecrash 2-drop artifact. When Prophetic Prism enters the battlefield, draw a card. 1 generic and tap it, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So it's a mana fixing, and then you get to draw a card when it comes into play. Not overly effective, but not a horrible card either. Probably in a structured format, we're not going to be putting it in. 10th Street Market is a 5-drop enchantment, where enchanted land has tap and discard a card and draw a card. So, yeah, I don't know. There's some stuff in here that we're going to be using as far as fixing cards, and searching the library for cards. But I honestly don't see a whole lot of reason to make that the entire theme of it. So let's drill right into these packs. Smeltwar Gatekeepers is our first one. I'm going to leave this out just because I'm not going to be using the gate mechanic. Green-white, nope. Is it Cluestone? No. Rubblebelt Maaka, I think we've got 4 already. I'll put it in the pile just in case. Hire Torturer, no. Punish the Enemy, yes. My initial reactions after reading this card for the first time in the spoiler, and probably after waiting a week or so and then opening it up in a pack, I didn't think it was very, very, very good. But you really get to deal 6 damage at instant speed for 5 is a little expensive, but you're doing a lot and you're doing it very quickly. So probably will be in here. Deputy Bequittals, can't use it here. Gruul Cluestone, we have 4 already. Crypt Incursion, no. Opal Gatekeepers, no. Scab Clan Giant, so we have a Gruul card here. It's a 4/5 for 6. When it enters the battlefield, it fights target creature and opponent control is chosen at random. Not a fan of random, not a fan of fighting. I'm going to leave him out. Bronzebeak Moa, can't play with him. Crisis Incubation, this skinny, what do we call him, Force of Nature. Not playable here. And our rare is Lavinia of the 10th, Azorius card. At some point I'll be opening a Azorius intro deck, so we'll put it right in there when that comes up. Orzhov Guildgate tip card. MTG March, free advertising there, guys. And Guilds of Ravnica, interesting. Not really interesting, but alright, right into our second pack here. I noticed these have, I don't know if you can see that, it's just a mark, probably call it roller marks when you see them on beer bottles. Someone with an assembly process didn't have it all cleaned. Maze Behemoth. I'll probably play this. It's a 5/4 trample for 6. Multicolored creatures you control have trample, so we are going to be playing multicolored creatures. So maybe. Viashana First Blade, no here. Hidden Strings, no here. Gruul Cluestone, Orzhov Cluestone, Maze Abomination, Selesnya Cluestone, Opal Gatekeeper's Lave Decree, all aren't playable here, so we haven't gotten very much out of this pack yet, have we? Pilfered Plans, no. Gruul War Chant, here we go. I think we have a few in here already, so we'll add it to the pool. Jilin Sphinx is a Azorius card, no. Rot Farm Skeleton is Golgari. And a Dragon Shift. Great card. I pulled one earlier. They're not valued terribly high. In fact, they're probably under $1, I guess. I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. I don't see it on the anything over $1 sheet. But I think it's a great card, and that overload feature, if you have the mana to pay for it, is really just a bomb or a game winner for you. Orzhov Guildgate. Alright, pack 3 of 4. So, you know, if we were you know, just doing a sealed event with this deck and the Golgari and the Gruul, I don't think there's a whole lot that you'd actually win an event with it. Maybe that's why I got it so cheap. Those aren't terribly popular combination. Nidic Cyclops is a Cluestone. Regent's Prey we can use. It's a target creature you control with +1/+1. Counter on it fights. You know what? I just said we could probably use it, and I just told you before I'm not a fan of fighting. So we'll leave it out. Steeple Rock, Riot Piker. It's a 2/1 first strike and attacks each turn if able. Kind of weenie, and if I had been playing a more direct damage type deck, I probably would keep it in, but this is going to be more of a large creature, ramping up your mana, and supplementing those creatures with a few enchantments. So I think I'm going to leave him. I'll put him in the possibles, but I don't think it's really in the spirit of the deck. Gruul Cluestone, 6th one I've pulled so far, so don't need it. Maze Sentinel, Pilfered Plans, Rakdos, Cluestone. Prostani Summoner's a good card. Not playable here. Protect and Serve, split card. Blase Commando, 5/3 for 5. It's a Boros card. Oh wow, Voice of Resurgence. So completely pointless in what we're trying to do here. But this is the first one I've pulled, and I've opened 50 plus packs. So I'm gonna take a second here and just throw this into a sleeve, I think. Or you know what? I'll do one better. Throw it right into one of these guys, so we can keep them pretty. Because right now this is running in the $45 range. Pretty good all around. Centering's okay, pretty good. I'm gonna say it's a little bit off, but not too bad. Not a foil, but I'll take it. Look at that, a foil Blaze Commander right behind it. So we got a voice, and I'll probably either hang on to that or put in a Selesnya deck. I don't know. Selesnya Guildgate. So that's cool to get. I'm happy to finally see it. After so many Advent of the Worms, you can only take so much. So, I mean, hey, if you've been watching my videos, you've seen these pulls out of these intro packs and out of these the pre-release packs. And, I mean, if you pulled that on opening night, that would have been really cool for everyone to see. So, Rubblebelt Maaka, playable here. We got a lot of red creatures to go through when I finally get to that point. Hired Torturer, unplayable, Drown in Filth. Mending Touch, regenerate target creature. Maybe, you know, what I'd like to do eventually is, you know, kind of figure out what we have the best ratio of cards here for. That may not make the cut because we're not only up one of it, and you really want to have your theme built around your deck. Sunspire Gatekeepers, unplayable here. Murdering Phantasm, Gruul Cluestone number 7. Maze Sentinel, Pilfered Plans, Rakdos Cluestone. Unflinching Courage, not playable. Armed and Dangerous, we do have one already up there, so we will put that as a potential. Another Blase Commando. And our rare is Trade Doctoring. It's a cipher card for a 1-drop blue. And when you change the text of target permanent by replacing all instances of one color with another color, or one basic land type with another until end of turn. It's sorcery speed. If this was instant, it'd be a lot more interesting of a card. The cipher does make it nice, though, if you've got a plan for it. I haven't thought a whole lot about how to use it yet. So, and then a Selesnya Guildgate. So what I'm going to do now is take a look through the creatures here, see what we want to keep, what we want to get rid of, and then you know, sleeve up and do a shuffle, a test shuffle. So let's get right into it. We've got Armed and Dangerous ×2. Pit Fight I'm going to leave out. I'll probably put leave these two in. So right off the bat, we've got 2 to start. Really looking for our 60-card deck here. So somewhere in the range of, I don't know, 43, 45 cards with 15, no, 33, excuse me, with 25 or so land. We'll tweak it. We might have to play a little bit more heavier in the 26 range, just because we're going to have some big old creatures here. Gruul War Chant. Each attacking creature you control gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. we're going to be a creature heavy deck. I think this is going to kind of come to play here. So we do have 4 of them. It seems like an awful lot, but I want to leave them in for the time being. Signal the Clans. It's only one of. It is kind of a cool card, but I'm not big on revealing my deck just to get one creature in my hand, because hopefully we're going to have a lot of creatures to play with. And Ground Assault deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. We are going to play a heavy land deck, so I'm going to leave these in. And we are looking for a little bit of direct damage here, so those will be in. Alright, so only pulled out 2 cards so far. You have to be a little more selective when we get through here. Alright, Mending Touch, regenerate target creature. I said probably not on this one. I'm going to stick to that. Regeneration's nice, but you have to do it quickly. You have to be thoughtful. You have to have the mana ready for it. And there's only one of them here, so I don't want to keep getting hopeful I'm going to find it and then not find it. Verdant Haven. You gain 2 life. Each land is producing more land. It's 3 to cast. It's taking up a spot. There's only one of them here. Let's say no. Burst of Strength. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and untap it. Instant speed. This is a no-brainer yes for me. Forced Adaptation is an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature. I like it because it builds up your strength of your cards, your creatures. Miming Slime. It's a 3 cost at sorcery speed. I'm going to say yes for now because it does put that, it might be a great late game kind of bomb for you. If you have the X is the greatest power among the creatures you control, you've pumped up one of your guys to like an 8 or a 9 or something with the Forced Adaptation. It can really do some late game damage for you. Giant Growth in, Predator's Rapport. Life Gain for 3. I'm going to say no. I kind of want to say yes, but I'm saying no. We're going to go ahead and put the 4 Cluestones in, leave out Prophetic Prism. We're only playing a 2-color deck here, so it's not going to be hugely important that we do this. And into our red spells. So, Punish the Enemy I think is going to be in for us. I'll put that on top of the spells here. 10th Street Market. I don't think we're going to have to be hunting through the deck for anything, so I'm going to leave that out. Structural Collapse. 6 damage, 6 costs. It's going to be too much for us. Punish the Enemies in. Possibility Storm. I went through this earlier. I think it's going to be out. Just because I don't think I'm going to have that much control of the game state to be able to determine, when to play this A and B, if it's really going to benefit me. So I think I'll leave it out. Volcanic Geyser. I don't like playing 1-ofs, but I think I will for the Fireball. All right. So those are our spells and artifacts and split cards. Gonna jump right into creatures here. So I'm just take a quick, lay of land, see where we're at. So we have 4 Cluestones. I didn't mention these earlier, but we do have the 4 Guildgates, which we're gonna play as well. So we're already up to 8 there. That's kind of part of the mana base, though. We're gonna count the Guildgates towards the land, but not towards not the Cluestones. So 8. Let's do 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19 cards already. So we're looking somewhere in the range of another 20 here, and then compare down from there at the most. Get down to 45, 43 maybe. Zhur-Taa Swine, Blood Rush, 5/4. I think we're almost going to, by default, put most of my Blood Rush cards in here. For only 5, it's a 5 cost. That's a high Blood Rush, but I think we're going to play them. 4 cost here. Nothing. I'm just also looking here to make sure nothing negative on the card is going to hurt me. Very basic stuff, making sure that you're going to want to play a card. I don't want to have any fighting stuff in here, I think. Guildgate dependent mechanics as well. Zhur-Taa Druid is going to be in. There's 3 of those. Ruric Thar's in. and the multicolored creatures are going to be a boon for us because of a couple other cards we have here too. Feral Animist gets plus X+0 until end of turn, where X is his power. So you wait till you hit this with a giant growth, and then go from there. So 2 of those. We had Zhur-Taa Swine from earlier. Ghor-Clan Rampager is also still in, and 2 Ruination Wurms. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which brings us up to 31. So we've probably got a little paring down that we're going to have to do by the time we get through red and green creatures. But we'll take a look. I think my Rubblebelts are going to be in. I think I got Ruination Wurm made it over here for some reason. I guess it's 13 more, right? I said this is kind of small. I'm going to leave them out. It's nice to have a low-end mana curve, but we're going to, I think, have a few enchantments there that are going to be the low end that we can get out early. Scorchwalker is a 4-cost. Skinbrand, same cost as a Riot Piker, but he has the Blood Rush capability for 1. I like that. And Rubblebelt again. I think we're going to leave those in there. First Strike Blood Rush here for Viashano. Ripscale Predator. Can't be blocked, except for by 2 more creatures. Oh man, it's kind of a, not sure about that one. First Strike I like having in there. I'm still thinking about Scorchwalker. I think I'm going to leave him in. Rubblebelt. So we're going to play 4 Rubblebelts. 5, 6. Now, had we been playing a draft or a sealed event, and we're obviously only playing with a 40 card limit there, not a 60 card limit, or low end limit, that is, you'd be able to play as many as you open. So if I got those all in the same sealed, I could definitely play 6 of them. But not here, because we're going to try and make it standard legal. Fun deck here. 5-2 for 4 doesn't sound terrible, especially when we're going to put a 3-1 for 4 in there. But he's got First Strike and the Blood Rush capability, which I think is worth at least 2 mana there. So I'm going to leave the Couple Roots out just for now. Although the 5 power is tempting. So Maze Behemoth is a 6-cost, 5/4 trample, and multicolored creatures you control have trample. So I think he's going to be in just by the sheer number of multicolored creatures we're going to be playing. 14 my last count, something around it. Maybe it was 12. Rust Scarab. You may destroy target artifact or enchantment defending player controls. It's only when he's blocked, though, so I don't think it's going to be terribly applicable. If someone would probably rather let that go through, or maybe they, I don't know. We'll think about it. 7 costs 6/7. If it was a 7/7, it would be in. And he's nice to have a big old creature out there, but we're treading on very high casting cost stuff here, so I'm going to leave him out. Gate card, no. +3/+3 until end of turn for 6. It is a 2/2 for 2. I'm going to leave him out. It seems... You know what, though? Even that is a high cost in here, it is a 2/2 for 2. We're kind of lacking. This is kind of thought process to go through here in low mana cost cards. So we'll put them in. It's the only thing out of the green card we have here is a Maze Behemoth. Slaughterhorn, 3-cost, 3/2 with Blood Rush, definitely in. In Skarrg Goliath, 8-cost, 9/9 Blood Rush, trample. Maybe we throw him in just as a bomb in the end game bomb. So now we've got, I'm going to count up again here, pardon me, just to find out what we're dealing with. So we'll leave mana base out for this time around, this count. So we have the 4 Cluestones, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. So we've got 46 altogether, which leaves us only 14 land, right? To get to 60, that's not going to work at all. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 12. So we got 22. So we got to make some room in this deck, and I think it's going to come out of those high casting cost red creatures. And we can take out a couple other things here too. So let's go in. I think I'm just for the intensive purposes of this video going to leave our mana base kind of out of the thought process for now. We're just going to assume that we're going to have the 20 22 to play with. So that means that we want to be essentially at 38 here. 38 cards, so we've got to pare down a good bit. And maybe even that means at the expense of taking out a couple of Cluestones. It is nice to have the draw card and to add either color to your mana pool, but I don't know if it's that terribly important. First thing, I do want to leave Zhur-Taa Druids in there, and they are one of our lower casting cost creatures. Feral Animist is also low. Ruination Wurm, maybe we don't need 3, maybe we only need 2. So pull one of those guys out. Ruric Thar we're going to leave in. Rampager, 4/4 for 4. These are probably our best creatures here, and I don't want to pull them all out. If anything, I was thinking about pulling out the Zhur-Taa Swines. So maybe those guys. I think I'm going to part with the split cards here. It's only a target creature gets +1/+1 and gains double strike until end of turn for 1 card. It's a sorcery speed. You could kind of send in a weenie creature to get blocked and then add +1/+1 to your other creature. But that's an expensive stage attack phase there, costing you 6 altogether. I don't know if you're going to have it left over if you brought cards out in a particular turn. So I'm going to say no to Armed and Dangerous just for the time being. I'm thinking I'm making a mistake by pulling those out, but I don't know how else to pare down just yet. Geyser we're going to leave in. And this is only going to be good for another few months. Well, actually, it's good through M14 until the Ross comes out in September. Punish the enemy. I've gone back and forth on this card. It's nice to have direct damage, but for 5, yeah, I think we're going to leave it in. Giant Growth, Miming Slime. It's hard not to pull anything. This is probably what you all go through is figuring out what the hell to pull out of your decks when you're got too many cards. Enchant creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Burst of Strength. I think we'll pull the Ground Assaults out because you can't deal damage to the player, only the creature. But it's removal. Yeah, I want to leave it in. Gruul War Chant, attacking creature you control gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked except for 2 more creatures. That's expensive, so we're just going to leave the Gruul War Chants out. So we're down a little bit here, and we still have the green creatures to go through again. So this is what the process is. Find out what looks good, what makes sense, what's too expensive. Slaughterhorn we're going to leave in. Warrior. I was kind of back and forth on this one. Now that I looked at some of my other lower casting cost cards, I think I'm going to pull this out because I'm not going to use that at all. Maze Behemoth. I got a couple big boys here. Shanktail, Blood Rush, First Strike. I'm going to put that on the maybe pile because that's something I wouldn't terribly mind getting rid of. Ripscale Predator. I think I'll pull him out too. Scorchwalker. And the reason I do is because you're not getting a 6/6 for 6, and this can't be blocked except by 2 more creatures. You're just inviting more stuff to block him. But then you can slap down an instant speed giant growth on something and make your attack from your other creatures more effective. But I don't know, so I'm going to leave him out. Scorchwalker in 4 cost, for 5. 5 power. Skinbrand Goblin, low cost in, and Rubblebelts we do want to leave in. So I think, pardon me one more time while I see where we are in our total count here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So 34 leaves us with 26 mana to deal with, and I keep counting. I think there's 10 of these. Yep. And 12 of these, so that's 22, and 4 Guildgates. So that looks like it's basically a deck, right? $34 and 26. I should remember that. I kept these off to the side here. So what I'm going to do is pause just for a moment. I'm going to get these sleeved up. I'm going to check the math on my, it's not as easy as counting up your red and green casting cost here. But you really have to start somewhere. I'm a proponent of doing test draws just to see where things come out when you need the cards, when you need the different mana. But at the same time, you really need to make sure that when you get going in the beginning, you have your balance right. So what I'll do is let you know when I come back after I'm sleeved up if everything worked out, and be right back. Thank you. All right, I'm just finishing sleeving up here. And I got the mana count, and it looks more like a little bit in the red direction. We had 24 red cost and 22 green, which would obviously swing it. But I didn't have a couple dual color, where you have a casting cost of 2 on the card, and it made sense to me that I probably would be better off taking out a couple of the Cluestones in favor of the red mana. So I went 12-12 red green, although the swing is a little bit more in the favor of red, but I think we're going to need the extra green. And we do have the Guildgates for mana fixing, and we do have 2 Cluestones left for that as well. So we'll see how it draws out. And we're really playing a mana base of 28, opposed to 26, I guess it is. So we'll see where it goes. And at this point, I think I'd be happy with an opening draw with a couple Zhur-Taa Druids and one Guildgate. A couple of Zhur-Taa. I only got 3 in the deck, but all right. So I'm going to pile shuffle these out and see what we come up with. So one of the other things I noticed when I was playing, or sleeving up, was that obviously I didn't build a sideboard here. That's primarily because there wasn't a whole lot that I'm working with right here that was like a sideboard type card. Something that's specific to a specific color or a specific archetype that you're going to be playing against that I noticed. Please comment if you saw something there that would be a good sideboard card, but I just didn't notice it. And the other part of that is that I think just for the intents of this video, makes sense just to go in and do a straight 60 card deck, and then play it a few times and see what makes sense to put in the side. So we've got our 60 cards here. Do a quick overhand and sleeve shuffle. These are Ultra Pro mats. I think I like them the best. I have some Dragon Shields, some Deck Prot, some KMC. These generally are the ones I like the most. And for some reason, I like the whites a little bit better. I don't know if they feel any different than the reds or the blues that I have as well, but just, I don't know. Probably just the color. The black border cards go off well against them. So let's peel off 7 and an 8th, assuming the first turn. Take a look at what we've got here. So right off the bat, we got a Cluestone, Rubblebelt Maaka, we got 1 Forest, Bomb at late game, Feral Animist, another Forest, and a Ground Assault. So we're in trouble with red, and it'd be interesting to see. And it's funny because I did pump up the red off of the 12 that we had. So we're looking at, you know, unless we get a red mana in turn 2, we're being in some trouble. So put a Forest down. Let's see what we got here. Another Forest. Let's see how long it takes us to get... see, you know, by turn 3, we're going to have the ability to get our Cluestone out and tap it for that one red mana. But that means not playing anything until turn 4. So I'll have to take another look at that mana. Well, you know what? I can shuffle up again one more time, see if we get a red. And up there's a mountain right next, and a couple more mountains here. So we weren't far off there. I'm just going to do one more quick first hand here. So we just got kind of screwed on the mountains. They were there, they just weren't in the top cards. And, you know, some guys might have, you know, mulliganed with that. I may not have, just because we had some low casting cost stuff there. Might have just played it. All right. One more test hand here. All right. Zhur-Taa Druid, Mountain, Forest, Mountain. Look at that. So we're not all lands, but we're close, and a Ruination Wurm. So this, you know, despite having 5 lands, isn't a terrible opening hand because, you know, second turn you got your Zhur-Taa Druid down, and then your third turn, let's just assume we get those out and that guy out. Third turn, we've got 4 mana on the board. We can't use that the third turn. We can actually because it's been out since the second turn. So fourth turn, we've got, let's see, probably hopefully something. So we got 2 creatures out at least. Got a Guildgate here in turn 3, and turn 4 we have a Volcanic Geyser, which we can activate to some extent. It's kind of early to do that. But we're looking to be able to get this Ruination Wurm out fairly quickly, or at least by turn 6. So definitely, and we can Blood Rush the Skinbrand Goblin on top of the Zhur-Taa Druid. So there's definitely something to this deck. I don't know if it's winning any tournaments, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't, comment, let me know what I can do better here. Definitely relearning the game after being away for many years, but always been collecting the cards, and I love that portion of it. So thanks for watching. Take care, guys.